As early as World War II, the Army Air Force began routinely employing fixed-wing aircraft for observation and liaison missions. The L-2, or Grasshopper, quickly gained popularity. With most of the battles being fought from remote locations, the L-2's ability to land and take off from unprepared landing strips proved invaluable. The L-2 was used as a utility vehicle for transporting items among troops in the field and was an effective tool for short-range reconnaissance. The usefulness of the L-2 and other fixed-wing aircraft during World War II and Korea was not overlooked. In the 1960s, the success of fixed-wing aircraft influenced the Army to develop a number of planes specifically for utility and tactical airlift. During the Vietnam War, the C-7 Caribou consistently responded to demands of isolated combat units by hauling parts and supplies to and from the battlefield. The OV-1 Mohawk proved invaluable as a reconnaissance aircraft. The Mohawk was fast and it was quiet. It had the ability to get within observation distance before being heard, thus allowing it to gather reconnaissance that sometimes tripled the effectiveness of the ground troops it was supporting. Today, the Army's fixed-wing aircraft can travel faster and with greater payloads than ever before. Keeping with the tradition of performance, quality, and excellence, the mission of today's fleet of fixed-wing aircraft has remained constant. The duty of the fleet is to provide intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, utility and cargo, and high-priority personnel cargo transport to the Department of Defense, as well as federal and state governments. It's the job of the Fixed Wing Product Management Office, headquartered in Huntsville, Alabama, to see that the proper aircraft are effectively acquired, adequately maintained, and appropriately distributed to a trained team of active Army, Army Reserve, and National Guard personnel. The fixed-wing fleet consists of 8 types of aircraft. 2 of these aircraft, the RC-12 and the DHC-7, are known for their superiority in reconnaissance. The RC-12 guardrail is equipped with a common sensor system that provides the aircraft with the ability to intercept intelligence, direction find, target locations, and report data in near real time to communications stations. Following in the footsteps of its earlier predecessor, the OV-1 Mohawk, the DHC-7 integrates imagery sensors, communications intercept, and direction finding capability to support the field commander in his operations. Commonly referred to as the Dash-7, the aircraft is known for its ability to carry mission-critical payloads. Its takeoff and landing capabilities make it a strong asset to the fleet. The resources provided by these aircraft in intelligence intercept, surveillance, and reconnaissance contribute greatly to the success of the air effort during some of their most mission-critical moments. Assisting the Army with utility and cargo are the UC-35, C-26, C-12 and C-23 aircraft. The UC-35 is a medium-range, all-weather transport for commanders and their staff. It can carry up to 8 passengers and is primarily used for high-priority personnel and limited baggage movement. The C-26 is operated exclusively by the Air and Army National Guard. It's used to haul high-priority parts and equipment and personnel. It can quickly convert its seating to 14 passengers, support medical evacuations, or haul cargo in remote, unserviced, or feeder sites. Known as the workhorse for flights less than 600 nautical miles, the C-12 Huron is a high-performance twin-engine turboprop that can accommodate up to 8 passengers. It has a large cargo capacity and is generally used as a transport aircraft for key personnel and moving high-priority equipment. It's sometimes used in support roles for medical evacuations and courier flights. The C-23 Sherpa is used by the Army National Guard to rapidly move troops and equipment to remote locations. It can operate from unpaved runways, has the ability to do short takeoffs and landings, and it has a relatively low operating cost due to its simple construction. In addition to serving as a troop and vehicle transport, the large square section hold in the C-23 allows for quick ordnance movement, airborne or airdrop missions, or medical evacuations. An ever-increasing role in the Army fleet is the need for coast-to-coast, transoceanic, and inter-theater transport for high-priority personnel. The C-20 C-37 Gulfstream provides global command and control support to senior leadership for flights up to 5,500 nautical miles. The Gulfstream is capable of cruising at altitudes up to 51,000 feet, the first of its kind. Senior leaders ride in comfort on the quietest aircraft in production, providing an environment that allows them to continue to work, receive briefings, conduct meetings, and maintain situational awareness with secure and satellite communications. The Gulfstream is equipped with a state-of-the-art avionics system, such as the Enhanced Vision System, Enhanced Ground Proximity Warning System, and Microwave Landing System. These features, combined with lower operating and maintenance cost, make the Gulfstream an excellent aircraft for many Department of Defense and high-ranking federal and state government officials. As we look into the future, we must prepare for how the fixed-wing fleet of tomorrow will meet future demands. A look at both the history and the present fleet of fixed-wing aircraft demonstrates that these aircraft are necessary in the areas of intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, utility, cargo, and high-priority personnel transport support. The increasing threat to our national security has led the Army to initiate a bold set of initiatives that will transform it into what is called the objective force. Army fixed-wing aircraft will perform operational missions that lie between the strategic airlift performed by the U.S. Air Force and the U.S. Army rotary wing assets. These aircraft will enhance the responsiveness and deployability of the objective force through greater speed and longer ranges than is capable of the rotary wing fleet. The fixed-wing fleet will perform 3 enduring missions. The Army Special Electronic Mission Aircraft, or SEMA, conduct essential high-accurate multi-intelligence targeting support to the unit of action. This capability provides the Army Forces Commander key data to answer the Commander's critical information requirements. The fixed-wing aircraft reduce the logistical footprint by providing timely and uninterrupted flow of critical parts, supplies, and other cargo to elements geographically dispersed from 1 to 2,000 nautical miles as required to execute their assigned mission. The Army fixed-wing aircraft rapidly transports key personnel within their respective theaters of operations and battlefield areas, providing situational awareness updates en route and in flight. The mission of Army Fixed Wing will support the goals stated by the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Eric K. Shinseki, to transform the Army into a strategically responsive force that dominates the full spectrum of military operations, an objective force that achieves throughout its organization the force characteristics described as responsive, deployable, agile, versatile, lethal, survivable, and sustainable. A force for the future.